The Prophet ﷺ told us that the angels look at the earth like we look at the heavens. And just as we see the lights of the stars, they see the houses where Allah's name is mentioned. The Prophet ﷺ said to always put dhikr Allah in your gatherings. He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أَلَا أَدُلُكُمْ على أفضل أعمالكم وارفعها عند مليككم وخير من الذهب والفضة وخير من أن تضربوا أعناق عدوكم ويضربوا أعناقكم قالوا بلى يا رسول الله قال ذكر الله. He said, let me tell you the best thing that you can do. It's better than, it's the highest in the ranks with your Lord. It's better than gold and silver. It's better than jihad fi sabilihi. He said, dhikrullah. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, kathurat alayya shara'i'ul Islam. There's too many rules. He said, dullini ala shay'in atashabbathu bihi. Just give me something that I can cling to. Because he said there's too many rules. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, فارق الدنيا وإسانك رطبا بذكر الله. You leave this world and your tongue is moist with the dhikr of Allah. You just be with the dhikr of Allah. And the best dhikr, أفضل أذكار القرآن. أفضل ذكر لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله is from the Quran. It's the highest reality, La ilaha illallah. So the best thing that you can do is Quran, tilawat al-Quran, dhikr al-Quran, especially in these times, these dark times. It used to be the Muslims, they had like a, they had like herd immunity. You have herd immunity because you have enough people that have antibodies to a disease. So then that 15% that doesn't, those people are protected because the 85% have that immunity. The ummah used to be like that. You had most of the people were doing dhikr. And so that percentage that wasn't was in the herd immunity. They just were protected because they were with the people. If you read the rahalat of the great scholars who made journeys from Morocco, from Mauritania, if you read their journals, and they're worth reading, because you see wherever they went, the mosques were filled with people doing Khatam al-Quran, Dalai al-Khairat, Khatam al-Bukhari. All these things were just normal things in the ummah, and now they're unusual things. In fact, they're so unusual, people think they're bid'ah. That's how unusual they are. Because people actually think they're bid'ah. But this is the tradition of the Muslims. Sayyidatuna Aisha radiyallahu anha said, "Man ahdatha fi amrina ma laysa minhu, fahuwa raddun." If they bring things that aren't from the religion, reading the hadith of the Prophet is from the religion. Reading the prayers on the Prophet is from the religion. These things are from the religion. They're not innovations. So the best thing is the Quran. And if you don't have a wird from the Quran, you're really, it's not a good situation. If you're serious about this religion, you have to have a wird of the Quran, even if it's a few ayahs every day. But just doing a wird from the Quran. The Sudanese, they say, "Lima عنده wird gerd." If you don't have a wird, you're a monkey. "Lima عنده wird gerd." You don't want to be a monkey. You want to be a human being. Insan. And the Raghib al-Isbahani radiyallahu anhu, he says, "Al-jahru insirakhu al-insan min insaniyatihi." That ignorance is the flaying of the humanity from the human being. You have to earn your maqam with Allah. And the best way to do it is to read the Quran and practice the Quran. The Prophet كان خلق القرآن لما عائشة سئلت كيف كان خلقه قال كان خلق القرآن وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم. You are على, حرف الاستعلاء, استعلى عليه, like he was on the highest moral ethos, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And so where did he get that from? Well, part of it was from the akhlaq that was in his community, and that's why he said, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. I was sent to complete, because they had things like sidq al-hadith, honesty, wafa, loyalty. The Arabs had those things before Islam. But the Islam came, وَهَذَّبَ. It polished everything. It polished their character. And that's why they were the best people, and they were chosen to take this message with the Prophet ﷺ, that kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas, for all of humanity. And they did it. Wherever they went, they took light, they took knowledge. Everywhere the Muslims went, they brought knowledge with them, they brought beauty with them, they brought ihsan. Whatever they did did it with ihsan. Inna Allah kataba ihsana ala kulli shay. Allah has decreed ihsan in everything. In everything. There's ihsan. There's nothing that you can't do without ihsan. And so, ihsan of Quran, one of the most important things, because I guarantee you that Tajweed is the basis of everything. Like it all builds up from there. If you can't recite the Quran properly, and if you're not interested in reciting the Quran properly, if you're not dedicated to reciting the Quran properly, then your religion is completely skewed. You don't, because that's something, that's the ihsan of all ihsan that you should have, is to recite the Quran the way Allah loves it to be recited. وَالْأَخْذُ بِالتَّجْوِيدِ حَتْمٌ لَازِمُ مَنْ لَمْ يُجَوِّدْ الْقُرْآنَ آثِمُ. Right? Like you're supposed to take this, خُذِ الْكِتَابِ يَا يَحْيَى خُذِ الْكِتَابِ بِقُوَّةٍ. Take this book with quwwah. Take it with quwwah. You have to take the book. And that's why if you begin with the itqan in your recitation, then what will follow from that, and that's why one of the beauties of the Arabic, many beauties, but one of the beauties are these words that have all these amazing meanings. So, وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا. The moon follows the sun. So tala, yatlu, means to follow. But it also means to recite. الَّذِينَ يَتْلُونَ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. Right? So reciting it is a type of following it. When you recite it with ihsan, it's an indication of who you are. If you don't recite it with ihsan, that's another indication of who you are. If at least you should be attempting, like he says, Imam al-Jazari, وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ تَرْكِهِ إِلَّا رِيَاضَةُ إِمْرِئٍ بِفَكِّهِ. There's nothing between you and the Quran except exercising your jaw, right? To practice this beautiful science that we've been given of Tajweed. It's a beautiful science. And no religion has this. Because Allah said, إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We revealed this book and we have taken upon ourselves to preserve the book. And one of the most important ways it was preserved was with Tajweed. Look at these men, where did they come from? Nafi', where did he come from? Ibn Kathir, Ibn Amr, Abu Amr, Hamza, Asim, Al-Kisa'i, Abu Ja'far, Al-Madani, Ya'qub al-Hadrami, Khalaf, Ibn Hisham. Where did they come from? What gave them that himmah to want to preserve this book? And then they had these students that wouldn't leave them until they mastered what they had. Imam Nafi' had Warsh and Qalun. He read it with him multiple times. Nafi' loved Warsh because of his hirs. He was blonde hair, blue-eyed. And his teacher was they said that he was like ebony. He was so dark. So this blonde hair, blue-eyed Egyptian taking it from this Mawla, this amazing black man from Iran. This is our religion. Imam Hafs, he stayed with Asim. He was related to him by marriage. But he stayed with Asim, Shu'bah. And until they mastered this. And then we have it given exactly how it's pronounced, everything. This is one of the few things in our entire religion, there's almost no difference of opinion. And that's why you can go from Indonesia all the way to California, and they're either reciting it correctly or not. And the masters will tell you.